Hi my loves, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Kensthetic with the Kensthetics, and I'm here with you guys today with a new video. I wanted to sit here in today's video and speak to you guys about some feminine hygiene tips. As a woman, how do you feel good? How do you look good? How do you smell good? And how do you taste good? Okay, we're going to speak all about that in today's video. This video was really important for me because growing up, I never had anyone tell me, you know, these are the things you have to do to take care of your lady parts and yourself. These are the things you don't do. So I kind of had to figure everything out on my own. So I really want this video to serve as a guide for any women who are younger than me, the same age as me, older than me. Age does not matter, okay? If you don't know what to do, if you don't know how you should be taking care of yourself, I hope that this video can definitely help you out. So if you guys are interested in hearing my tips, then go ahead and keep on watching. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that red subscribe button down below and join the family because we doing lit things over here, period. Give this video a big thumbs up. Drop a comment down below after you watch this entire video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So before we get into the tips, I wanted to address today's look really quickly because I do look cute if I do say so myself. But I have my hair in this braid out. I achieved this braid out using the cornrows that I had in my hair for the past week. My makeup is my no foundation makeup routine. I will link that video up above and down below for your ease of reference. My earrings are coming from Zara. Cute little gold hoop action. My lippy is KKW Nude 3 lip liner and Lime Crime Bleach liquid lipstick. I showed you guys in Sunday's vlog. And then Bodycare, we're going to get into the Shine the Glow. And this top is coming from Zara. I'll link it down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So this video may be kind of lengthy because I really want to get into the details and share specific products and share specific techniques that I use to make sure that I am well put together. One of the best compliments that I can get is that I smell good, I look good, I taste good. Like, these are all compliments that I feel like every woman wants to hear, or every male wants to hear. So you gotta make sure you keep yourself together, okay? Because sometimes you could look good, but you don't always smell good. You could look good, but you don't always taste good, or whatever the case is. I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all could do to get it together, okay? So the first thing when it comes to your feminine hygiene is your diet. Baby, what goes in comes out, and that applies to so many different things in life, but your body is definitely one of those things, okay? You cannot be eating Wendy's 4 for $4, McDonald's McChickens and McGriddles, Dunkin' Donuts sausage, egg and cheese, and expect to be tasting and smelling like a baby. It just doesn't add up. So you have to be very mindful of what you're eating, because whatever you eat is what you're going to taste like. Whatever you eat is what you're going to smell like, and we do not want to be smelling like an oily bucket of grease, okay? So for me, my diet is I don't eat any dairy. Dairy leads to bloating, dairy leads to acne, dairy leads to so many different things, and I'm just over dairy at this point in my life. I haven't ate it for almost 3 years, and it has been one of the best decisions that I have made to cut it out of my diet. I don't eat red meat. Red meat, once again, contributes to bloating, and it also contributes to acne. And you guys know I've been suffering with acne for about some time now. So I don't eat red meat. Baby, I eat seafood, but I only eat a branzino and a salmon. I tell you guys all the time. But I try to stay away from seafood. Seafood is something I eat maybe like once a month, if anything. But as I mentioned, what goes in is what goes out. It may not necessarily, you know, apply to everyone, but you really want to be mindful of what you eat because it's what you're going to taste and smell like. What else? You know, cheap foods. For me, quality has been one of the main things that I've been looking for in every aspect of my life. When it comes to clothes, when it comes to shoes, when it comes to food, when it comes to drink, I want quality, okay? I will pay for quality because you get what you pay for. So if you're eating fast food, you need to cut it out. And it's hard to cut fast food out, I'm not gonna lie. So if you're someone who is obsessed with eating fast food or just used to it, try to cut things out one thing at a time, because that's the easiest way to prevent yourself from crashing and just going to eat a whole bunch of fast food when your body is craving it. So try to cut it out item by item, place by place, thing by thing. So that is eating. Drinking, I tend not to drink juice. The only time I really drink juice is if I have like a cocktail, or you know, I'm out and I'm just craving a lemonade. But I'm not the girl to sit around and have bottles of juice on my bedside. It's not giving that. So try to stay away from juice. Definitely stay away from soda. When it comes to alcohol, you want to be mindful of the amount that you are consuming. As I mentioned in a few of my previous videos, I'm not really a casual drinker anymore. Like, I'll drink for a special occasion, but I'm not just going to the bar like, damn, I need a drink. Like, I'll have wine. That's the only thing that I'll drink casually. But other than that, hard liquor, I try to stay away from and try to cut out of my diet. And yeah, so you just really want to be mindful what you're eating. You should also want to stay away from foods that have sulfur in it, because just causes some things to occur down there. But your diet is very, very important. I know when it comes to feminine hygiene, people just skip forward and speak about, you know, what products you use in shower, what products you use in your coochie area. Baby, no, you need to make sure that your diet is in line before you even get into the shower. So now that we covered diet, now I want to move into shower. So your shower routine is very important when it comes to your coochie girl. So I want to share some products that I use with you guys. And not just your coochie girl. When it comes to your feminine hygiene, you want to make sure that everything is nice and soft and looking good, smelling good, and tasting good. So for my current shower routine, I've been really loving my Necessaire my Necessaire sandalwood body wash, and also the Necessaire sandalwood exfoliator. These two together, baby, will get you all the way together. These are, you know, on the pricier side of shower care products, but as I mentioned, I'm really here for quality. So if I have to pay extra for quality, I shall pay extra for quality. So tip number one is that you never put body wash in your hoo-ha coochie girl area, okay? I just go ahead and I wash that area with water. But when it comes to body care that you're using on the rest of your body, you want to make sure, you want to lean towards using more products that have clean ingredients. And that's really why I love Necessaire products. Necessaire products are clean beauty sold at Sephora. Their products are super amazing. Their packaging is made from sustainable and recyclable materials. Necessaire is just that girl, okay? If you have not tried Necessaire before, like, do you even watch YouTube videos? Because the YouTube girls are really who inspired me to get on the Necessaire wave, and I'm so happy I did. I have never looked back since then, okay? But when it comes to your shower routine, you want to make sure you're using products that have clean ingredients. They do good for your skin. You might think like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be cheap with my body wash, I'm gonna be cheap with my exfoliator, but baby, when your skin is tearing up and your skin is not as glowy as you want it to be, big problems, okay? Big thing. So make sure you are using, or try to use, clean ingredients when it comes to how you are washing your body. As I mentioned, in my coochie girl area, I do not use soap. Some people do. Some people use feminine washes. I was using a honey pot wash like maybe a year and a half ago, but when I tell you guys that my pH went crazy, and I'm just like, at this point I'm going right back to water, because water never steered me wrong. So when it's time for me to wash that area, I just go ahead and I use water, and I just, you know, massage it into the area, massage it into my butt area too, because you want to make sure that the whole thing is clean, wash, cleanse, and all of that, because you never know what activities you may be engaging in. So you want to make sure that everything is nice and clean and washed at all times. Make sure you're washing inside your belly button, period, and make sure you are washing your legs and between your toes. I saw on Twitter people were saying they don't wash their legs, and I'm like, that's you, but baby, over here we're washing the legs, the toes, every crevice of the body gets washed. Behind your ears, you wash that too. But if you guys want to see a specific body care routine, I will link my latest one up above so you guys can check that out and see the specific products, techniques that I use when it comes to my body care and my shower routine. So yeah. And I forgot to mention when we were speaking about diet, very, very important. I don't know how I forgot to mention it. You need to be drinking water, and you need to be drinking at least 8 bottles of water a day. It's what's going to make sure that things are balanced. If you're drinking sugared beverages, it's just going to cause a lot of reactions in your body, and we don't want that. So when it comes to keeping myself hydrated throughout the day, I drink at least 8 bottles of water. It's super easy if I drink cold water, I tend to drink water faster. If I don't want to think about and see like physically 8 bottles of water, I get a big water bottle and I just pour it into it, or a big cup, and just pour the bottles into it so that I'm not feeling overwhelmed by the actual like amount of water bottles that I have to drink per day. But I get it done, okay? And I feel like this has been one of the best decisions that I made, to make sure that I'm drinking 8 bottles of water a day, because it helps with your skin, which is our biggest organ of our body, which gets hydrated by water. And I believe our skin is the last organ of our body to receive the water that we intake. So you want to make sure you're drinking lots of water so it can get to your skin. You want to make sure you're drinking lots of water so it can get down to your coochie, girl, and everything is nice and hydrated and moisturized, period. So back to the shower. When I get out of the shower, I make sure to, you know, moisturize my skin. I use body butters. The body butter that I use today is actually the Josie Maran. The vanilla bean, I think that's the scent body butter, and literally that's how I got this glow. So yeah, it looks good. And it looks like I put a whole bunch of like oil and stuff on me, but I really didn't. I just put on some body butter and called it a day. But you want to make sure that you are moisturizing your skin. You want to make sure that you are slathering product all over your skin. You want to make sure your elbows is moisturized. You want to make sure between your toes are moisturized. And you also want to make sure that your feet are not crusty. So I share this product with you guys quite often, but I use this tea tree foot peeling spray. I get this from Ulta. And honestly, I tell you guys, in my body care routines, I'm not the girl who's going to sit there going to war with the pumice stone. Okay, this spray is super easy because all you do is spray it onto your foot. You let it sit for about 60 seconds and then you work it in, and literally you'll see the dead skin falling off of your foot. So if you are not the type of person to scrub your foot, if you don't like putting in the energy, put it in the work, go ahead and get this foot peeling spray and you will thank me later. This stuff is amazing. As you guys can see, I'm about 3/4 done with this bottle, and I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it again and again and again. It's considered Korean beauty. I just wanted to mention that. And it claims to gently exfoliate away rough, dry skin. Feet feel soft and smooth. Clean and convenient spray application. So yeah, get this if you want soft feet but you don't want to scrub and, you know, go to war with anyone's pumice stone. A compliment that I used to get often, and I'm like, why do people keep complimenting me on this? Like, isn't this how everybody's body is? Is it like, it's making it seem like it's just me and everyone isn't like this? That my armpits are sexy. And I'm like, are they really? I got a little hair right now, but y'all get what I'm saying. People always compliment me like, oh my God, how do you get your armpits so light? How do you, like, you know, your armpits just look so good. And I'm like, thank you, but I really don't do anything besides wash my armpits and remove the hair. So I don't really know what advice to give you guys. But as I got older, I have experienced hyperpigmentation under my armpits. And baby, when I tell you guys that it will make you feel so insecure, it will make you feel so insecure. And it's okay, because I got to that point and I'm like, okay, what are we going to do to fix these armpits? Because my armpits never used to look like this, and now I'm feeling like, you know, some type of ways. So when it comes to your armpits, you want to make sure that, one, you are removing the hair. When you have hair under your armpits, that makes you sweat more in that area, and you know, the sweat sitting there causes pigmentation to, like, you know, become a thing or get worse. So you want to make sure that you are removing the hair on your armpits, also your coochie area too, because that causes the pigmentation out there to go crazy. You want to make sure that you are using deodorant in your armpit area, and not just any deodorant. You want to make sure the deodorant you're using is aluminum free. You want to make sure that the deodorant you're using has AHAs if you are someone who, you know, really wants to get rid of the pigmentation under your armpits. You want to make sure your deodorant has AHAs, and you want to make sure that your deodorants are just clean overall. So I'm going to share some of my favorite deodorants with you guys. Some of them are pricey, some of them are on the lower end, but overall I've been loving these 3 deodorants. So I'll start with the most expensive one. It is this Necessaire gel deodorant. I really, really love and enjoy Necessaire deodorants. They just have helped me control my sweat so much. I remember I was using like the deodorant stick from Dove. I was using a Secret deodorant stick, and for some reason my body would just start rejecting them after like a month. So I would have to alternate like Dove Secret, Secret Dove, Dove Secret, to make sure that, you know, my body isn't getting too familiar with the deodorant that I'm using. But I've been using Necessaire deodorant for some while now, and my body has never like rejected it where it's like, okay, you have to change your brand deodorant you're using now because we don't know what to do anymore. I do not sweat nearly as much as I did before since I started using this Necessaire deodorant, so I highly recommend it. This is a eucalyptus scent, and this deodorant is a gel deodorant, so I like it because, you know how when you put deodorant on and then you put your shirt on, you get those deodorant lines? it's gel deodorant, so it's clear. So even if it gets on your clothes, you won't be able to see it. Next up, I love this Dove 0% aluminum deodorant. This is the coconut and pink jasmine. This deodorant right here smells so amazing. Like literally smells like a dream. So whenever, I don't know, I really just use whichever deodorant is closest for me. Like if I'm in my room, I have one deodorant here. If I'm in the bathroom, I have one deodorant there. But this deodorant smells so amazing. I'm literally almost done with it. But Dove has like a whole line of 0% aluminum deodorants now. So it's definitely in Target. It's super affordable. So you can definitely get a deodorant that has no aluminum at an affordable price. And the last deodorant I like to use, this one isn't the greatest example, but I'm gonna tell y'all about it. So Secret has 0% aluminum deodorants too. It says like no aluminum on it, and it comes in a coconut scent and lavender, the ones that have no aluminum. This one right here was one of the first ones I tried before they introduced, or before I saw that they had the no aluminum scent. But this smells so good that I cannot let go of it. This is a Secret white peach and argan oil. This stuff smells so good. You guys saw my New Orleans vlog. If you guys didn't see that vlog, make sure you guys check it out. But I picked this up in CVS because I forgot to pack a deodorant, and I was just like, there was one left and it was for me, because if you know me, you know that this is one of my favorite scents in this Secret deodorant. But overall, you want to make sure you're using deodorant. Every time you shower, you should be using deodorant. The only time I don't use deodorant is when I'm using products to help, like, you know, lighten my armpit area, which we're going to get into next. If you know me, if you know Kendra, if you know Kensthetic, you guys know I love me a good coochie collab, okay? So just as a fun for my girls and my boys who are not familiar, my coochie collab are 2 or more products that I use in my shower or my body care routine at a time to make sure that everything is just a nice and put together. So the coochie collab that I have been gravitating towards a lot lately has been my Topicals Ingrown Tonic and my Topicals Faded Mist. Baby, these two together. So first I go in with my Ingrown Tonic, and this tonic has a roll-on application, and I just go ahead and lather it all over the front area of my coochie, along the sides, and also in my butt area too, like, you know, along, y'all know what I'm saying, because I tend to get ingrown hairs all over. I'm that type of girl. Some people are more blessed and do not experience as much ingrown hairs or ingrown hairs in all of those areas, but I do. So I make sure that I am covered. This tonic does such a great job preventing ingrown hairs. I have noticed since I started using this, I don't get as many ingrown hairs. And if I do get ingrown hairs, they're super easy to manage. I just squeeze and the thing just come on out. So I've been loving this Ingrown Tonic. It is sold at Sephora. I highly recommend it. If you get ingrown hairs, you need to try this out. After I apply that Ingrown Tonic, I go in with my Faded Mist. If you guys know me, if y'all watch my videos, y'all know that I love the Faded Serum, but the mist is also a tea, okay? I don't know if you guys remember how bad my back knee was, but I used this on my back, this and the serum, and these products helped out a lot. So I'm like, boom, cool. I'm using it on my coochie area too, and I'm using it on my armpits. So whenever I use this spray, I just spray it onto my back. I spray it on my coochie area, and I don't put anything in my lip area, just so you guys know. So everything goes on the outskirts, and I spray this on my armpits, and I feel like it really does a good job controlling pigmentation in those areas. I also used it on my booty cheeks too, on my little clappers, because I tend to get like pigmentation in that area too, which I've always been insecure about, but I use this everywhere and it works. So coochie collab alert, my go-to coochie collab, my current coochie collab, my Ingrown Hair Tonic, and my Faded Mist. I also love the PFB Vanish roll-on. I've been using that for years now, but I feel like sometimes you need a change. Sometimes your body is like, okay, let me get something new. Like, you know, what are we doing here? Are we going to change things or what? So I decided to switch over to the Topicals Ingrown Tonic, and I've been loving it, okay? Sidebar, my neighbors are mowing their lawn. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear, but hopefully not, because the show must go on. So next up, I wanted to speak about period essentials. As females, you know, that time of the month comes and it's just like, oh my God, I just want to lay in bed all day. Like, why do I have to experience this? X, Y, and Z. And it's hard, okay? A lot of time, like, I get cramps, but my cramps thankfully are not as bad as I heard like other women explain their cramps to be. So I don't need a heating pad. I literally just need like 5 hours of rest, and then I'm up and I'm running, okay? I still work out when I'm on my period, because even though it's hard, I just push myself to still work out and remain active while I'm on my period versus laying down all day, but that's just me. So when it comes to your period, you want to make sure that you are using pads and tampons that do not have any chlorine. Since I have transitioned from pads and tampons that have chlorine to ones that don't, my period has definitely shortened in length, and I really feel like that's what contributed to it, because all my life my period was long, okay? It was long, and now it's not as long, and I'm really thankful for that. So let me show you guys the exact pads that I use. So when my flow is heavy, this is what I use. These are the L brand ultra thin pads. These are sold at Target, and these come with 56 pads with wings. They also have smaller packages too, so if you want to try it out, you can get like a smaller pack, and then once you realize that they work, because I'm telling y'all that they work and they are amazing, and you could go ahead and upgrade to the big body bends, not the Pathfinder, okay? These pads are amazing. These pads have no synthetic pesticides, dyes, or fragrances, and it also has a chlorine-free top layer. And let me see what the little star mean, because I never even peeped that it had that little asterisk. Yeah, so I love these pads. I used to use the honey pot pads, but baby, the tingling I couldn't get with. And also, like, this pack of pads is less than $10. It's literally like $7 or $8. I don't know, with inflation, baby, you know, things are going up $1 or $2 at a time. But the honey pot pads only came with, I believe, 20, and it was like $10. And I'm like, I can get more for my money with these. So I started using these. And then when, you know, things are cooling down, things aren't as hot on the block, I go ahead and I use these L brand ultra thin liners. These are chlorine free cotton top layer, and they have no synthetic pesticides, dyes, or fragrances, and these come with 100 liners. I literally throw a few of these in my bag whenever I'm traveling. I put a few of these in my luggage, but these are super thin. You can go ahead and put them in your purse too. But yes, I love these pads. Really love them. People told me that the L wash is good too. If you're into like feminine washes and you want something that's more natural, you can go ahead and try that wash out. But I told you guys, I'm not the type of girl who uses a feminine wash, so yeah. Next up, I want to get into oral. Another compliment that I get a lot of the times is that my teeth look so white. They do. People even ask me if I have veneers, and I'm like, no, I don't have veneers. My bottom row is crooked, so even if I had veneers, I would be very concerned, because baby, you effed up the whole bottom row of my teeth, okay? But when it comes to my oral care, I do not play at all. I do not play. Like, having a nice smile, having nice teeth, having a nice mouthpiece is something that I really enjoy. So let me show you guys exactly what I use. So the first step is, if you're looking for like white teeth, or you're trying to take care of your oral health, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth at least twice a day. I try to brush my teeth after every time I eat if I'm home, but make sure you're brushing your teeth, because so many people ask me how I whiten my teeth, and when I see their oral routine, I'm like, you don't even brush your teeth. So how do you plan on whitening your teeth if you don't brush your teeth? The math just is not mathing. So the toothpaste that I like to use, there in the bathroom, I don't have them with me right now, but it is the Crest 3D white toothpaste and the Burt's Bees. I think it's the Arctic Mint. I forgot the name of the flavor, but it's something mint. The collab of those two literally gets my teeth together, okay? Because you want to make sure that, you know, as you're brushing your teeth, you're actually using toothpaste that help with whitening your smile. So I really love to use those two toothpaste, and then I go in and I use, where is it? My tongue scraper. One thing I hate to see, and I speak about this often with my friends and family, a white tongue. Why is your tongue white, baby? To me, I call it tongueus. It's fungus on your tongue. That's what I call it when I see people with a white tongue. Tongueus. So you want to make sure you have a tongue scraper. So I have this tongue scraper right here from Amazon. It comes with 2 in a pack, so you can have one for you, one for your babe, one for you, one for your friend, one for you, one for you. However you want to split it, you get 2. You take this, you scrape your tongue every morning, every night. Get rid of that, because also having that tongueus also contributes to bad breath. So you want to make sure that your tongue is a nice silk and smoothie consistency. You don't want any rough tongues, and you don't want any tongueus. So get yourself a tongue scraper. I will link all of the products I'm mentioning in this video, by the way, down below, so you guys can easily shop them. But get yourself a tongue scraper because you need it. Last but not least, I use my whitening strips. I tell you guys about these strips all the time. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I use these. If you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you know I use these. These are Crest whitening strips, and people usually ask me, do they work? Because I use them and they didn't work for me. And I was that person too. I used to use them and they were not working, but I learned the right way to use them. So you have to use these consistently. These come with, I believe, 20 packs of the 30 minutes and 2 packs of the hour long strips. You leave them on for how long they say they should be on for. So 30 minutes, you leave it on for 30 minutes. An hour, you leave it on for 60 minutes. So I use these consistently. I use them every other night. So on the regular, I'll use the 30-minute strips. And then if I have like a trip coming up, an occasion, I'm slapping that Hour Express on because I tell y'all that it works quick, fast, and in a hurry. You want to make sure that when you put on the 30-minute strips that you stretch them so they can cover up more of your teeth. The Hour strips, I'm telling y'all now, they do not stretch, so don't even try to stretch them because you will rip them. But I use these on my teeth every other night, and I definitely have seen lasting results. I started using these strips consistently about a year ago, and y'all can see the teeth look good, period. So those are my tips. You also want to make sure you floss every night. Don't forget to floss because the plaque is a no. We do not need leftover buildup in our teeth. We don't need last week's dinner lingering on. So floss your teeth every night as well. But those are the tips and techniques that I use to make sure that my oral health is all the way together. Also, what you eat affects your breath as well. So if you're eating greasy foods all the time, your mouth is going to smell and taste greasy. So you want to make sure that you are drinking your H2O, your agua. You want to make sure that you are eating quality foods and not fast food, because if you eat fast food, your breath is going to smell like fast food, even after you brush your teeth. So those are basically all of the products and tips that I have when it comes to taking care of your body as a female. I did want to sit here and speak to you guys about some, I guess you could say, like more sensitive topics. So as a female, things that we do, things that we wear do affect our body. So as a female, to me, it's completely normal to experience, like, you know, different colors discharge sometimes, or different smells. I'm telling you guys that as your body is changing, as your diet is, you know, changing, you may notice certain things. So when you're eating fast food and, you know, greasy foods, you may notice, like, you know, some discharge. But once you change your diet, you will not experience those things anymore. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to what you're eating and in correlation to your discharge or the smells or whatever is happening down there, so you can figure out what's causing it so you can cut it out. Sometimes it may be more severe. It may be an STI. It may be an STD. It may be overgrowth. It could be so many different things happening down there. So if you find that you're changing your diet, you're doing all of these things, and you're still experiencing that discharge or that scent, make sure that you go and visit your OBGYN and see what's going on. You want to make sure that you stay on top of it and you're monitoring your body and taking note of, you know, how your body's performing and what it's doing, because a lot of times it can be something more serious than we think it is. I don't want any female to ever feel like uncomfortable or insecure because they're experiencing these things and scared to speak with a health professional. You need to make sure that you have an OBGYN that you are comfortable with, because they're going to be all up in your lady parts, okay? They're going to be all up in there, literally. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable with them touching you. You want to make sure you're comfortable speaking to them. My OBGYN is located in New York, and she's a Black woman. And when I tell you guys that I feel comfortable saying anything to her, I feel comfortable saying anything to her. So if you're in the New York area and you're looking for a Black OBGYN, please DM me on Instagram at Kensthetic_, or send me an email. My email is always down below in my description box, and I do not mind sharing her information. Please note that when you guys contact me, give me time to respond, please, because my DMs and my emails are always overflowing. So if you hit me up, please give me time to respond, at least a week. I'm gonna say that, because my life has been so crazy. So I just want to let you guys know I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to get back to you, but I just may not get back to you right away. The last thing that I want to say when it comes to your feminine hygiene and, you know, seeing professionals, you want to make sure that you get a pap smear starting at the age of 21, and you should get it every 3 years. Pap smears are so important for so many different reasons. So just make sure that you're getting your pap smear. No one told me this until I got an OBGYN that I trusted. And she was like, when was your last pap smear? And I'm like, I never got one. So I honestly didn't do my first pap smear until I was like 25. Everything is okay, but I just didn't know that that was something I should have started when I was 21 years old. So just want to share that information. So if anyone needs it, then they have it. But that is basically it for my feminine hygiene routine. Tips that I have, products that I use, and techniques. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys leave this video learning at least one thing, having one product recommendation that y'all gonna click on the links down below and pick up. Period. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on your bell notifications. Drop a comment down below and let me know what additional tips, techniques, or product recommendations you guys have. Also, let me know if you guys are into this content. We could do it again, and we could do it again and again and again. So if you guys have any additional video recommendations, please leave them down below so I can definitely add them to my content schedule. Give this video a big thumbs up, and until my next video, I'll see you guys later.